please.
Okay, Councilman Henley?
Here.
Councilwoman Waller? Here. Councilman Monty?
Here.
Councilman Vidal?
Here.
Councilman Jordan? Councilman Bartolome?
Here. In compliance with New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 of PL 1975, I hereby declare that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided, specifying that this meeting would be held on this date, July 20th, 2015, in the municipal building, 55 River Road, Edgewater, New Jersey, at 7 p.m. This notice was published in the Record, New Jersey Journal, posted on the bulletin board in the lobby of the Borough Hall, and posted on the borough's website. Would you please rise for a salute to the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for coming. Okay, briefly, I just want to give a quick update on what's going on in the last 30 days, the last time we were here. In the past couple of weeks, there's been, first of all, there's significant progress on Veterans Field. We feel, we've been working with our engineers and our contractor, ENRC and our LSRP as well. The field is starting to look like a clean slate that we want it to be, and we'll soon be ready to implement and approve final design, which will be put out to bid. And we anticipate that by early fall to start the final phases, for which can only be described as a very difficult and long project, but we really are seeing significant progress, and within the next couple of weeks, I think we'll see even more. Just take a look for yourself. Number two, I just wanted to give a quick update on our credit upgrade by Moody's. Last month we consolidated some debt, and we were upgraded by Moody's from a AA3 to AA2, which resulted in a savings of approximately $200,000 for the cost of the bonds, which is good. It's all good. We're working together with those agencies to make that happen. That's important to do. I don't want to bore you and read the whole Moody's report, but the town seems to be on very good financial ground and going forward.
Mr. Mayor, how does it tie into the special meeting we had, the effort we had to take the money we already committed to and make it cheaper for the taxpayers?
Well, that was exactly what I just said, Michael. It's going to relate to about $200,000 savings over the course of the
Additional savings.
additional savings, exactly.
Consolidation.
Well, and it was a consolidation, just like when you refinance a house and you try to consolidate all your debt, it made sense to do it, and at the same time, we upgraded our rating with Moody's, which, if you think about it, New Jersey itself has been downgraded 7 times, so we're getting upgraded. So that just says that we're going in the right direction financially. Number 3, the PVA contract. We have come to the principal agreement with them on the PVA contract. The borough has been working without a contract for over a year, but now we feel confident in the terms, and we look forward to working with the department to make sure it's the finest, not only in Bergen County or New Jersey. We're looking to be the best in the country. And just to reference that, one of the resolutions that's on the agenda tonight is to bring in a Blue Shield Consultants to try to help us streamline and make our department even better than it is already. And last but not least, we've been crossing our fingers on this one. This is something that is going to happen tomorrow. The website, please tell all your friends, because I've looked at it. It's, according to myself and others around here, we feel that it's one of the nicest websites, at least in Bergen County, if not the state. Councilman Edwards?
Well, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to expand on that because in my current job, one of the things I have to do is look at municipal websites to gain information for a number of different things that I do. And I've had access to the beta testing of this, the stress testing of it, and the department heads that have gone through this, and the content, how robust it is. And I have to say, I'm going to limb here, that it's the best one I have seen, and certainly in Bergen County, which I mostly access, and I'm on the internet a lot. And I want to thank Greg, and I want to thank Peggy, and I want to thank Nancy, and the rest of the team, and of course the contractors that did it, because it really is outstanding. And the back end of it has the paid capabilities of taxes and construction permits and recreation programs, and some of that stuff's not up yet. That's another whole thing that has to happen now, and that will happen, but the most important thing is built into the capability. And when you go on, I think you're going to be truly impressed. And I thank you guys for the job. Well done, Greg. Seriously.
Yeah, I want to echo those sentiments, particularly with Greg and Nancy and Peggy. And I can really tell that they take immense pride in their work just by seeing what the work that they've done, because that's not easy. Computer stuff is tough. And
You go on the marina, there's a link for the real tides.
yeah, it's
There's
very,
National Organization, Aeronautical, and you get real-time tide information off our borough website. It just goes on, and it is so good.
there's a lot of information on it. Browse it. It's going to be the same address that we have. It'll open, keep our fingers crossed, tomorrow at, what was it, 9 a.m. our time. You know, this, like Michael had said, there's going to be some glitches. I mean, the stock exchange shut down, what, about a week and a half ago on a computer glitch? So we're pretty confident in the simplicity of it, the way it attracts the user. It's easy to navigate for a guy like me. So we're really looking forward to that. Yes, sir.
Mayor, you know, we went back and forth with a lot of this, and we had the opportunity to get this done a lot quicker 3-4 years ago. But this is what sets the difference between a splash page that was originally proposed to the borough versus having more of a network type of graphic user interface. And that's what sets the difference. And that's why it took so long for us to get where we are.
Well, thanks, and I tell you, let's keep our fingers crossed and let's hope everything goes well tomorrow. So stay tuned, okay? Okay, at this time, I'd like to open the meeting up to the public. Does anyone from the public wish to be heard? Saul? Name and address?
Lynn Grass Hall, 19 Valley Place, Edgewater. I would just like to compliment everybody here on all the wonderful free services that you provide to the community that really enhance the quality of life in Edgewater and our citizens, from all the events at the marina, the music, the volleyball, the movies, the senior barbecue that's upcoming, everything at the community center, the library. Thank you for the support for the art festival, even the paper shredder, and now the website. And I just want to, as a citizen, I'd just like to congratulate you for providing so many free services to the community.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Anyone else would like to be heard? Mary?
Mary Hogan, 606 on Nickel Avenue. Mr. Mayor, you talked about the design for Veterans Field. I thought we had a design, I thought we had a master plan, but we're now going to spend more money in a new design. And just who's on that committee, because they had a whole committee that did the master plan. The projects that were put together in that bond, in the $11 million bond that was introduced, the projects that were in those bonds are going to be the projects that this is going to pay for, or are we just dismissing them and starting all over with another group of things? It's a question I had, because in looking through the bonds and how much of them were spent on the past bonds that you've incorporated now to make this $11 million bond, a lot of them have not been done. The projects have not been completed. So I'm wondering if the projects that have been completed in those bonds will now be completed with the new bonding that's done, or are you going to use that money for something else? That was my question. I know it's not only being introduced tonight, but we're talking about the time for construction in the borough of Edgewater. I have a problem with making it 7 a.m. The reason we always made it 8 a.m. was because of the school buses. We wanted to get them out before the construction site started. And now that we have 2 schools open, we're busing twice as much as we've done before, because now we're both busing to both ends of town, and in most cases, they're using under Quebec for the buses. Like in the morning, we have 4 or 5 come out of it. If you already have the construction sites operating, you're gonna have problems. Because they park their, like on Edgewater, they park their vehicles out into the roadway, making it only a 1 lane thing, and I think that's not a good thing. The other thing is, they start at 7, but that means they get there at 6. And believe me, those people are not quiet when they're setting up. Well, the trucks are coming through, and you know, as a lot of this construction right now is being done in the residential areas, I can understand allowing that in an area that's commercial, and it's not impacting people that, you know, are home. The other thing that we're doing up in our neighborhood is people are parking in front of the construction where they put their fencing up, just because there's no parking, and then they get out of there before the construction guys come at 8, they're already on their cars. You start at 7, that's not gonna happen. We're gonna now lose those slots before they've even completed the construction. So I wish you would consider that, and instead of making it 7, keep it at 8, and then if people want to start earlier than that, they can come in for an exception and ask for it. 6 o'clock is also late, you run into the other problems of commuters coming home. You know, what can I tell you, we're a construction city here in Edgewater, but residents that live here and, you know, are already in their permanent homes, who would like to get a break every once in a while. Thanks.
Anyone else from the public wish to be heard? Close the meeting to the public. Any comments from
Just
the
a question,
council?
clarification. The current ordinance is 7:30, not 8, right?
It's 7:30.
So we're going from 7:30 to 7, not from 8 to 7. Okay, thank you.
So, just in terms of the bond, you realize that's not too long, when we're going to put it all together and get it at interest rate.
Right.
It doesn't change the purpose of the bonds and what they're for, and you can't use it for new money, for new projects, unless you pass another bond.
Right, so that's loose consolidation of these.
It's a consolidation,
Right,
and you saved a lot of money.
understood. Anything else from the council? Okay. This time we'll do the approval of minutes for the June 15th, 2015 regular and the July 6th, 2015 special and closed session.
So moved.
Can I have an introduction?
Okay, that was Councilman Henwood. I'll second it.
Get a roll call, please.
Councilman Henwood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lawler? Yes. Councilman Monty?
Yes.
Councilman Vidal?
Yes.
Councilman Bartolome?
Yes. Okay, very good. Introduction of ordinance. Ordinance, first one is ordinance number 1522-2015.
So, Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
point of order.
Sure.
I would like to request that we table this ordinance as first reading.
Okay.
We'd like to line this up with the actual signing of the contract. That would be my preference, and I would ask that we table it. I think we need a vote on that.
I second that.
Second that, can we get a roll call on that? Do we need a roll call?
Okay, 1 second.
Certainly. Okay.
Okay, Councilman Henwood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lawler? Yes. Councilman Monty?
Yes.
Councilman Vidal?
Yes.
Councilman Bartolome?
Yes. Ordinance is
And
tabled.
that's tabled, Councilman, until we get the contract signed.
That would be my preference.
Okay, very good. Number 2, ordinance 1523-2015. An ordinance amending chapter 271, section 8-B6 of the Code of the Borough of Edgewater, construction and demolition hours. Can I get an introduction?
The sooner we get it done, the sooner we go to peace. So moved.
Okay, and a second. And get a roll call, please.
Councilman Henwood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lawler? Yes. Councilman Monty?
Yes.
Councilman Vidal?
Yes.
Councilman Bartolome?
Yes. Number 3, ordinance number 2015-1524. An ordinance raising the minimum age for the purchase and sale of tobacco products and electronic smoking devices from 19 to 21. Do I have an introduction?
I'll introduce it.
Can I have a second?
Second.
And a roll call on that one, please.
Councilman Henwood?
I just want to say that this, by the first reading, I think will make us the 10th borough in town in New Jersey to do this. And I think anything we can do to dissuade young people from smoking and vaping is appropriate. And I certainly support this, yes.
Councilwoman Lawler? Yes. Councilman Monty?
Yes.
Councilman Vidal?
Yes.
And Councilman Bartolome?
Yes.
Clerk, these ordinances, will we have a second reading and hearing on what date?
August 17th.
All three, all
Yeah,
two?
well, the 2 of them, yes.
Okay, just want to make sure we put that in the record.
Okay, August 17th it is. Next on the agenda, resolutions. Do I have a motion for a consent agenda for resolutions 2015-154 through 2015-184?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
One second.
Can I get a roll call, please?
Councilman Henwood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lawler? Yes. Councilman Monty?
Yes.
Councilman Vidal?
Yes.
Councilman Bartolome?
Yes. Committee council liaison reports. Let's start down here on the left. Councilman Henwood, do you have anything?
Mr. Mayor, I just want to make a point that, there's a lot of misinformation. Like, we have a special meeting about the bond adjustments and the refinancing of it, and certain comments come out, and I think it happens again tonight. And I just think it's incumbent on us to reflect the real story when it comes to certain things. I just want to point out your involvement as the mayor for the first 6 months, and I mean this sincerely, this is no nonsense. I do appreciate the work you're doing. You're in transition now with your professional life, and I apologize if I shouldn't say that. So you're able to spend more time here, and it's time well needed. And you've taken the lead on everything. We have a ton of things going on in this town. Some of it we talk about from month to month, some of it just continues. All of us are meetings, more meetings than ever, I think, in the history of Edgewater, on all different fronts, trying to do the right thing. It's all part of your leadership, and it's a breath of fresh air, and I'm so happy you're here. And I think somebody needs to tell you that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Councilman Lawler?
No.
And Councilman Monty?
No reports.
Councilman Nick? Okay, next thing, the appointment to the Board of Health. I will like to appoint Ms. Michelle Gerser. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
You are.
Bishop, I've been made aware of your qualifications, and I appreciate the idea that you'd like to serve on this board. So it's a go from my standpoint, and we look forward to working with us with the Board of Health. And I wish you the best of luck. If you ever need anything, my door's always open.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Can I get a roll call for that appointment, please?
Councilman Henwood?
It's an important position, and we really do appreciate it. Thank you for willing to serve, yes.
Councilwoman Lawler? Yes. Councilman Monty?
Yes.
Councilman Vidal?
Yes.
Councilman Bartholomew?
Yes.
Can I get a motion to adjourn? Looks like that's a wrap. So moved. Second?
Yes.
We need a roll call for that?